Alrighty, so this is ArdaCraft. Apparently they're not completely done, but what their goal is to recreate the entirety of Middle Earth in Minecraft. And I'm going to join their server. I played a little bit of this off stream just to look around. It's amazing. And you might see me like crouch and stuff whenever I mute because it's attached to my shift. I use Control Shift to mute myself.
Hello guys, it's me Bilbo Baggins.
Hi Bilbo Baggins! Oh my god! So there's a little... That map is as of August. But if you have like the Modrinth app, and log in that way, you can just get the ArdaCraft mod pack and then launch it that way, and then you'll be able to join it immediately with all the mods and everything. So if anyone watching live wants to join and is able to, you're free to, just let me know. But we are going to go on an adventure. So they have this thing, it's the Pathfinder tool. And with the Pathfinder tool, we are able to select a trail. I think they only have one available right now. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, a lot of the world is not complete. Oh, I'm flying. But we are in Bag End. Look at that boy. And we are gonna have Bulma go on a adventure. Because my model is Bulma. It's been Bulma for a very long time. And this is using like a I don't know what all. Easy now. I don't know all the mods. There's like a billion mods on this pack. It uses a really good shader. You can actually enable and disable with like the K key. Yeah, there's shaders disabled. It instantly does not look as good. Let me turn the volume up. Look at like 50. Okay, let's turn shaders back on. Can you hear the music? I want to make sure that you can hear the music in the background before we go outside. Looks like it might be a little quiet though, so I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more, like around there. Alright, that sounds better for me. Alright, so check this out. We are in Hobbiton. There's Bag End. Now turn the shaders on. You know, it still looks pretty good. Like, if I just joined the server and it looked like this, I would be like, oh wow, this is really impressive looking. But, turning it back on? Way, way better. Alright, I'm gonna turn the minimap off. I would like to have us... Yeah, this is Minecraft! Yeah, this is just, Minecraft Lord of the Rings! I know, I've been telling Gonga, like, I got something really neat coming up. So, Gonga should be showing up sometime soon. Mark, if you, if you don't mind, just message him, call him names, call him swears, and say he needs to get in here. But let's just go down into Hobbiton. Yeah, Alessia, this is just thank you. This is Minecraft. It's just modded and it's got a really, really good shader, texture pack and stuff. And as far as I'm aware, a good chunk of the world has been made. Minecraft looks better than Hyga. Oh, but look at this. Look how cool it all looks. It's so pretty. Oh yeah, they have the smoke modeled from the chimneys. I wish it was animated. I love the water wheel. There's just so many little details. Also, a lot of the trees are not squares anymore. They're like rounded a little bit. Look at that wall in the sky. Oh, but actually, well, you can fly around by default if you really want to. Wow, look at that. Like just the stream going between the trees and stuff. It just looks so pretty. Also, in order to see so far, it gives you an optional download of like 10 giggles. So you can see like miles ahead of you. But what I'm gonna do is I'm about to use the Pathfinder thingy. And this is going to put us on Frodo's path. Now let's see. Use this return to chapter start. Where are we? This is how I've been staying warm. That is not the chapter start. Yeah, because I was like cutting around. Just taking a look at it. I hope I can like actually. Do I do this? Return to path? Oh, okay. Here we are. Doing where stuff can't chat much. That's fine. Okay, so we are now starting Frodo's path. Surely this is pretty taxing on a PC. I don't know. Let me see. I'm currently using 6% CPU, 72% memory. Minecraft is using 12 gigs of RAM right now. So yeah, it's a little taxing on RAM. But this is the coolest thing ever. Look at this. Wishing to avoid unfriendly eyes, they head west in order to skirt around Hobbiton. So, the plan is to, just, go on Frodo's adventure. I don't know how much of it we'll be able to do, because there's a lot going on. They jumped over the low place in the hedge and took to the fields. And this is super accurate. It uses, the books as a base for building the world. So, let's go. One thing I will say, sometimes the little sparkle is a little hard to see. But just like the books, they didn't want to go through Hobbiton, so they went over fences and stuff and walked through fields to. Here they halted and waited for Sam to catch up. Come on, Sam. Little road. Hi, Gong. Um, let me get food. I'll be right back. You better watch yourself around Matt Rags. Do you come here often? Right. They turned left and took to the fields again. Oh, Ganga wants me to give him 5 minutes. Yeah. Why not? Cause I don't want everyone to miss out on this since Ganga's here. I'll pause the recording and wait. F. Bilbo. Mary. Kill Pippin. Oh, you're back already. Ganga, you're back a lot quicker than I thought. Alright, let's continue. So, let's continue the path. We just started. We just left Hobbiton. So, let's just follow the path. Goes this way. They crossed the water by a narrow plank bridge. Did someone enter your game or is that a bot? I'm playing on a server. This is a Minecraft server. And heavily modded. No, the map's not done yet, so, I don't think it'll ever be available for single player, though. Because there's just so many scripts and features and stuff that they use. Yeah, it's a server. It is called ArdaCraft. You can see at the top. It is rebuilding Middle-earth based completely on the books and not the movies, which is the way I approve. This is just a feature, the Pathfinder. And it takes us on the trail that Frodo went. But I am lost because the fields don't really show the little sparkle thing too good. Oh, wait, there we go. Let's follow the sparkle. Ooh, a big tree. This is gonna lead us from the start of the movie. Well, the start of the books. I don't think they have Mordor yet. I don't think that they're at that part. But a lot of the early areas are completely made. I did take a look at certain little towns and stuff last night when I was off stream. It is a massive undertaking to recreate the entirety of Middle-earth. Oh, Rock Jockey! Can you encounter other people? Yeah, it's an online server, so if someone's like following the trail, then yeah, definitely they can end up running into me and I'll run into them. What's this? No, it's completely online. They don't do private instances. I think it would be too harsh on the server if they did that. Where am I going? Where's my sparkle? Oh, there it is. See, that's one thing that I wish they would make better. Sparkle can be like a little hard to follow because of how tall the grass is and stuff. They cross the Great East Road and enter into Tookland. All right. And anyone who is a fan of the books will definitely recognize what's going on here. Little UI compass. One thing that you can do is just return to path. And also, they have these other paths, but I don't think any of them actually work right now. Aragorn's might work, I'm not sure. I know Bilbo's didn't. Bilbo's was empty. Frodo looks back north, towards Hobbiton, and wonders if he'll ever see that valley again. There it is, there's Hobbiton, that's where we started. Way over there. Yeah, you really should read the book. The books, I prefer them over the movies. For a million reasons. Um, there's just something about the books that, the movies just couldn't match. I'll hang out in New Zealand. Deal. You'll live in holes. The hobbits rest here and have a frugal supper. Um, One thing I'm curious about is, was it gotta get ready for bed? I'll see you, Mark. Later, potato. Um, One thing that I really hope. Oh, they strike a narrow road that winds through the green hill country towards Woody End. One thing that I hope that they include. Oh, excuse me. Is there's a scene in the books or in the first Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship, um, where when they're camping, it's very early on. The hobbits are all camping like next to like next to a hill, like they're off the path of the main road. And when they're camping, the book decides um that instead of focusing on the hobbits, it starts talking about a fox, and it's like a page or so. I don't remember how long it was, but it just talks about this fox instead of the main characters. And it's like this fox is like looking at them all curious, and it like gets all existential about this fox, for no reason other than just to have a scene about this fox that's in the forest with them. And it doesn't like fit, but it works like just because of Tolkien's writing style. And it's one of my favorite scenes in the book, in the first book. And it's just like it's just so simple. They plunge into a deeply cloven track between tall trees. Oh, the book is extremely different in a lot of ways. Tolkien's persona. Would he be a fox, though? Ooh, branches. Where are we going? Up? Recommend the books for sure. Yeah, the books have so much more. It's just loaded with so much more stuff than the movies did. The movies are fantastic. Like I love the movies. Like I love the movies so much. I've seen them many many times. But I will say the books are better. The Nazgul. Gonna come across the road where they hide? Absolutely. 23rd, 24th September 3018. The hobbits spent the night in this fir wood and are noticed by an inquisitive fox passing by. Oh, that's all it said? I told you. yeah, the dates are usually shown on the book. In the books. Multiple. Um, I have, like, I recently at a bookstore, I found a very, very good, like, suede bound, copy of, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's crazy, like, thick, and I love it. Stop being cowards and give me the Silmarillion movie. The Silmarillion movie would just be like a documentary. It would be a PBS documentary. Brother has a really old version of the Hobbit book. Yeah, I have an older copy of the Hobbit. I wonder how much like a first edition would be. Probably a lot. Silmarillion's for nerds. And stuff that Tolkien didn't publish. You're a first edition, thank you. Radio pulse. Let's see. So we're just twisting around the paths going up. I didn't really read enough of the Silmarillion to tell you what it's like truly about. But yeah, it's a very dry read from what I've heard. The hobbits sit on the bank at the side of the road and have lunch. Like how you read that with so much attitude at first, then you're like, oh, it's a compliment. That's how I read everything. I read everything assuming that there's an attitude behind it. You know what's weird? It is it is very cold outside, and I am burning up in here. I got the heat on, and I think I put it up too high. Takes a lot of the first age full of Numenor. Oh, Sam hears a rider approaching from behind them. Frodo tells everyone to get out of the sight. Get out of sight. Here it is. Frodo sees a rider robed in black stop by the tree, and then continues onward. He feels a sudden, unreasoning fear. Here we are. Run, Bulma, run! They carry on, now keeping a stone's throw away from the road. I stick out so much, just a cute little Bulma running around in the forest. So whimsical. How easy Tolkien's way of writing is for me to read. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would assume English is not your first language, so I really can't speak for the comprehension and all that. Because Tolkien does have a very specific way of writing. But I can't imagine it would be that difficult. It's just English, so it is not. Yeah, you're from that made-up country, aren't you? The one that's fake? Dupree stopped about after 20 pages, couldn't get into it. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are part of the universe. It's Silmarillion. Give a lot more context to the universe. Yeah, it's not like that necessary of a read. Did I skip something? Guess not. I was kind of looking away. Oh, the hobbits eat a light evening meal, sheltering in an old, dying oak tree. Oh yeah, this is where they sat and ate. I remember that part. Where is the trail? Oh, trail! There it is. They hear hoofs behind them and get into cover. As they hide among the trees, a black rider dismounts and starts to search for them. It draws nearer. The sound of elven voices rise and fall into the starlit air. The rider retreats. Will you quit tagging this Twitch CEO every time I stream? They're gonna know I'm up to no good. The elves converse with them and agree to take them to the hills above a wood hall to rest for the night. Doesn't the Twitch CEO, like, only watch a lot of, like, hot tub streamers and stuff like that? Yeah, I thought so. I miss my little hobbit hole. They reach a grassy space in the evening, with the wide flatlands to the east laid out before them. They rest for a while, until the stars come out. Then elves call for speech and merriment under the trees. You can see stuff over there. Something like this in Hytale would be fun. Hytale's just Minecraft too. Hobbit Hole is the name of the hot tub. That's the name of my hot tub stream. Fire is lit in a wide space like a hall, roofed by the boughs of the trees. The elves give them food and drink of surpassing quality, and Frodo spends a long time talking with Gildor. In the morning, they wake refreshed and return to the grassy space. Oh, in the bright morning, they eat the food that the elves have left them and debate their next move. Frodo argues for a shortcut through the Marish, whereas Pippin wants to take the road with a stop at a local pub. They take the shortcut. And then Sam's like, "Oh no, Master Frodo. What if we fall down? What if we fall?" After scrambling down a steep and thicketed slope, they find a stream, blocking their path. Looking back up the slope, they see, on the edge, high above them, a black figure standing by a horse. They give up any hope of returning that way and carry on downstream. That is one thing that's interesting about the books, like where it diverges from the movies, where Sam calls him Master Frodo instead of Mr. Frodo. They wade across the Stockbrook and come to a belt of trees. "Oh, Mr. Frodo, it's a belt of trees, Mr. Frodo." "Oh no." Potatoes. "Oh, Mr. Frodo, I think we should boil them." And the hobbits sit under an elm tree, eat lunch, and start to sing. They're quickly cut off by the distant cries of the riders. Sam actually started singing The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and then they got interrupted. "Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew." They come to the edge of a large turnip field and see a wood gate ahead. This is Bamfurlong, Farmer Maggot's land. Oh, this is the part of the book where they're like, oh no, I'm gonna get eaten by the dogs. They're like, oh no, the dogs, look out for the dogs. 3 huge dogs burst out of the gate and growl at the intruders. Maggot appears, calls his dog off, and invites the hobbits inside. Pretty. Dog? Oh, there they are. It's Grip. Oh. What were their names? Yeah, Grip, Fang, and whatever this one is. His name is Sip. We're gonna say his name's Sip. Let's go inside. Mrs. Maggot brings out beer for the 3 companions. Farmer Maggot tells them he's had an encounter with one of the riders, looking for Baggins. The farmer makes some shrewd guesses about their predicament and offers to take them to Buckleberry Ferry in his wagon after dinner. Where's Aragorn? Aragorn doesn't show up yet. He doesn't show up until the Prancing Pony. Look at this handsome man. Sif? I think you're getting your intellectual properties confused over there, bucko. So that means that we're in Buckland at this point. By the time they reach the causeway, it is dark and foggy. Maggot turns his wagon northward and heads for the ferry. Well, I mean, we don't see, like, NPCs. We do, we get text on a screen. Like, it's supposed to be like a book. Named Berserk in Minecraft? How would that even work? I don't even know enough about Berserk. They arrive at the entrance to the ferry lane and hear hooves coming down the road. Frodo is hidden under blankets. After a few moments, they realize that it is Merry who's been looking for Frodo. Maggot bids them farewell, leaving them a basket of mushrooms from his wife. That's one thing about Farmer Maggot that I really like in the book. He actually helped them. In the movie, like, you don't even see him. Like, you just hear him screaming to, like, get off his property. Like, they made him a jerk in the movie. Switching up some stuff? Or wasn't this the town Aragorn meets them? No. A Strider is introduced in Bree. Strider. Oh no, Mr. Frodo, it's Strider. My sparkle's gone. Return to path? There we go. Merry leads them down the path and onto the ferry. Before them rises Brandy Hall, the ancient dwelling of the Brandybuck family. They cross the river and leave the Shire. Sam has a strange feeling that he's leaving his old life behind him. The music really got louder. Let me know if it's too loud. I can't believe that this actually works. Like, the Buckleberry Ferry is actually functional in this. They look back, and on the far bank they see a dim figure in the darkness and mist. They cross the river like this in the movie? It kinda... The movie really kinda brushes over Buckleberry Ferry and stuff. They talk about going there. But it happens so fast. They're already in Bree by the time they talk about the Buckleberry Ferry. Is this a Lord of the Rings server? Yeah. Yeah, it's ArdaCraft, where they rebuild Middle-earth based on the books. And we are following the path of the book, of the first book. If anyone wants to get in here, you are free to, as long as you have Java Minecraft. The easiest way to do so is by launching. Here, let me actually show you. We'll have a little tutorial in the middle. Modrinth. Okay, so you open Modrinth, and you go to Discover, and then Mod Packs, and then you type in Arda, and then click Install. Simple as that. And then you launch it. Once it's installed, you just launch it. Easy peasy, living greasy. Yeah, just get Modrinth. You don't like mod launchers? Well, then you wouldn't be able to play this one. Just found out the sequel to Hypnospace Outlaw was canceled. No! You probably could, but there's like over 100 mods that you need to install. It's way easier if you just get the app and then click the button, and then you have it. I can't imagine that not using the launcher would be that much of a strife or whatever. I kind of lost my trail of thought. I'm just following this circle. But yeah, just get Modrinth and click the button. It's easy. Apparently it was called Dream Setter. It was canceled for being too big and ambitious. Aww. Hypnospace Outlaw was one of my favorite games that year. I would assume this is where like they take a bath and stuff together. 26 September 2018, the hobbits arrive at Crick Hollow and meet Fatty Bulger. They stay here overnight. Frodo discovers that his companions have known about the ring and his quest all along, and are determined to go with them. I remember seeing you enjoyed it. Figured to mention it. Yeah, Hypnospace Outlaw was one of my favorite games that year. It was so good. Plus, I just love the old internet anyway. Early in the morning, the hobbits leave Crick Hollow and collect their ponies from a shed. It is windless, and the grass is gray with cold dew. Likely Banavator. Got someone wanting to have me buy viewers. Who wants to open fire? Bare your fangs, moderators. The hedge looms ahead. It is netted with cobwebs. Thank you. No, they just posted it twice for some reason. Mary brings them a cutting, brings them to a cutting, walled with brick that dies beneath the hedge. Fatty Bulger, which bids them farewell, and they head into the old forest. A bird. Hi, birdie. Yeah, it really goes into detail on the surrounding towns and such outside of the Shire, and even in the Shire, because like Mickle Delving is not even mentioned in the movies, and Mickle Delving is a town that borders Hobbiton, I believe. The forest becomes denser and more difficult the further they go. They feel as if they're being watched. Yeah, I gotta say, if your only knowledge of Lord of the Rings lore is just from the movies, you're missing out on a very large percentage of the actual, lore. Like, the movies just do not have enough time. MS-DOS Lord of the Rings? No thank you. I tried that game. I can never figure it out. And I like the Hobbits emerge out in the bonfire glade. Like, I love DOS games. I love text adventures. That specific text adventure is so confusing that I can never get past, like, the river. Seen the one time, not well versed either. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is like a franchise that's like extremely old. So, yeah, there's been plenty of properties. Oh, wanderers in the shadowed land, despair not, for though dark they stand, all woods there must end at last, and see the open sun go past. The setting sun, the rising sun, the day's end or the day begun, for east or west all woods must fail. We specialize in promoting Twitch channels. Check out our website. Fastest in the west. Good kill, good kill. What are they talking about in the chat? Gooner brain? Is there a way to hide chat? Does anyone know if there's a way to, chat settings? Chat shown. Hidden. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Do not ban my bots. Don't you touch them. They head northward, aiming to find the Great East Road. Oh, I can't wait to get the brie. I want to see what it looks like and go to the prancing pony. You can wear the ring in that game, but it'll get you killed. The path they follow starts to descend towards the Withy Window. They decide to strike northward off the path and make for the main road. I believe this means that we are getting close to Tom Bombadil's house, who is just a lovely character. Everyone loves Tom Bombadil. They scramble down into the deepest rut yet and find it impossible to get out again. They can only follow it downwards. They didn't get Bombadil? No one can get Tom Bombadil. They emerge into the long grasses, reeds and willows by the River Withywindle. They find a path which leads them eastward. I have to say, if you want a good Lord of the Rings game that sticks to the books, making dinner still still here. Thank you for letting me know, Lucia. I've been meaning to get a what is it? A channel point redemption, just to let people know that you're here. And like it'll be over with like 1 point. For people who don't want to chat, but they want to know. They want people to know that they're here. Oh yeah, a lot of people hate the Phantom Menace, and the funny thing is, like, I enjoy the Phantom Menace, but I 1000% understand why it's hated. Because, like, I'm able to mentally separate that kind of stuff. Like, I enjoy it. I absolutely know why you hate it. I already know. The hobbits grow tired. Merry and Pippin sit against the trunk of an ancient willow, while Frodo sits on one of its roots at the edge of the water. Frodo is thrown into the water, whilst Merry and Pippin are trapped inside the tree. Frodo and Sam try desperately to free them, and almost despair until they hear the sound of singing coming down the path. You love Jar Jar? I'm not a big fan of Jar Jar. Don't hate the prequels, hate the one. Mice, Qui-Gon, Duel of the Fates. Like, I'm not that big on Jar Jar. I used to really like Jar Jar when I was 5. Or 6, I mean. I was 6 when the movies came out. Or when the Phantom Menace came out. I still remember seeing it in the theater. Fear neither, root nor bow. Tom goes on before you. Tom Bombadil! It's Tom Bombadil! Tom Bombadil's house lies before them, up, down, under hill. There it is! It's Tom Bombadil's house! Bridget the Scepter's your favorite. The hobbits step over the threshold and see a woman sat in a chair at the far side of the room. Dressed in green, she smiles and bids them to enter. One thing I don't like about Revenge of the Sith is that George Lucas decided to change the voices of the battle droids to appeal to children more, and I that never sat right with me. I watched it in the theater twice in 2005 when it came out, and both times I'm just like, why did they do that? They are welcomed by Tom and Goldberry. They spend the next 2 nights in the house and hear many strange tales and songs. Tom is unaffected by the ring. He tells them to try to make their way northeast and avoid the barrows. On the second morning, they set out. Kids do ruin everything. If you're born after the year 2000, I'm sorry to say. End of sentence. During their first night, strange dreams come to the 3 of the hobbits. Frodo dreams of a tall tower in the midst of a valley with a white-haired figure standing atop in the moonlight. Pippin and Merry are disturbed by dreams of branches scratching at the window and waters flooding the room. They are lulled back to sleep by a faint voice telling them that they are safe. Sam sleeps like a log. 2001? You can be born after that? That's crazy. Where do I go? Aren't you older than me? Where's the exit? I don't want to go out the way I came. I'm sure there's an exit that leads me on the path. You don't remember? What did you play this? 31, ew. Oh, here we go. After breakfast, the hobbits make ready to leave and lead their ponies up the path towards the hilltop. As they dismount to lead their ponies up the last steep slope, Frodo realizes they've not said farewell to Goldberry. At that moment, a clear call comes rippling down. They look at the views with Goldberry beside them. She bids them farewell. Frodo finds no words to answer. You're used to being the oldest. Aren't you like 60? Aren't you like 69? If I shave my face, I lose 10 years of age. Something like 60? Where'd the music go? There's no music here. 420, dude. They see no tree, nor any visible water. Only a country of grass and short, springy turf. Silent except for the whisper of the air over the edges of the land, and high, lonely cries of strange birds. I should do a stream where I just read the entirety of Lord of the Rings. It'll be like a 20-hour stream. Do you think the trip to Mount Doom would have been easier if they had moon boots? I think so. I think if they just drink a fizzy lifting drink and just let the wind carry them, they'll figure it out. Why didn't the Eagles just take him, dude? Why didn't Tom Bombadil just take it, dude? He said it as I said it. Yeah, exactly. I think we're getting close to the cave. Oh, I never finished my thought earlier. I'm sorry. If anyone wants a game that's closer to the books, there is a Fellowship of the Ring game, for PlayStation 2. It came out shortly before the Two Towers game. That was based on the movie, the Lionsgate, licensed game. But there is a, licensed book game of the Fellowship of the Ring. I might play it on stream at some point. It's like, not great, but, it does a good job of, showing some book stuff. Looking north, the hobbits see a long winding valley leading to an opening, gaining a glimpse of a road just beyond. Eastward they see hills crowned by pointed standing stones like jagged teeth out of green gums. Now noon, they back into the bowl, taking a seat for their noon meal. The Fellowship of the Ring game on PlayStation 2. Because it's based on the books and not the movies. The hobbits spring to their feet, waking up from a nap, now surrounded by fog. Remembering their northward view, they gather their ponies and make their way down the hill. Yeah, that means that the cave is coming up. After they get separated. And then Tom Bombadil, saves them. The fog closes in around them. They are lost. There's actually, there's a really beautiful little passage, from the books that, let me see if I can find it, because it's just so pretty. I wanna see if I can find it. Tom Boobadil? That's just Tom Bombadil on estrogen. Let me open a browser. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's like a really long poem from Tom Bombadil. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Oh, slender as a willow wand, oh, clearer than clear water. Oh, reed by the living pool, fair river daughter. Oh, springtime and summertime and spring again after. Oh, wind on the waterfall and the leaves' laughter. That is just so pretty. Like, that's a little poem for his wife. I always thought that was just so beautiful. Frodo spots two standing stones ahead. He rushes forward, thinking that they are the exit. What was it? He looks behind and didn't see his friends. And this is the point where Frodo and his friends stop to take a drink. There we go. Nope. Frodo hears his friends calling distantly from up the slope. He clambers up the hillside frantically, hearing them crying for help. He's right behind me, isn't he? He looks around for his friends, turns around and says, "Gulp. Where are they?" I know not where my buddies are. Sorry. He cries out for them, but he hears nothing. It's getting cold and it's wholly dark. He thinks he hears a muffled cry and rushes forward. A tall figure is outlined against the stars of the barrow. Its eyes are lit with a remote pale light. Frodo is seized and knows no more. And see, none of this was in the movies. Urkai turns to the army and says, that just happened. I think that if, The Lord of the Rings was attempted to be made now, it would be nothing but CG, and then when Lurtz is made, Saruman looks at him and says, "This boy is built Ford tough." Where is... Where's the sparkle? Oh! Someone found the cave. Oh, it is very dark in here. Sorry if you can't see. 29th September 3018, or, yeah. Frodo awakes in a cold chamber. The other hobbits are lying on the floor next to him as if dead. They're clothed in white, and long, pale sword lies across their necks. Treasures lie around them. He hears the incantation of the Barrow-wights, and a crawling arm appears. Frodo hews at it with the sword, and calls upon Bombadil. After a sudden deep silence, Bombadil breaks the eastern wall of the chamber and frees them. Type /warp barrow exit. Dang it. /warp barrow exit. Found on Middle Earth dead. That's what the forward means. Oh, and the chat is back. Alright, let's get going to wherever it is we are going. It's not hobbit weed, it's pipe weed, and it's literally just tobacco, you degenerate. Bombadil and Frodo haul out the three hobbits as well as the treasures of the Barrow. Tom speaks to them and they wake. Merry recalls the memories of a man who died long ago. Tom fetches their ponies and baggage and gives them each a sword from the Horde. Of course they get a sword from the Horde. That's my little Eminem rap there. You've seen the old cartoon. Oh, if you want a really good movie, watch the Lord of the Rings. I think it was Rankin Bass that did it. Am I correct in that that the Lord of the Rings from like the 70s was a Rankin Bass movie? Or am I on the pipeweed? Where doth me go? Oh. It's been a long time since you've seen it. Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it for a few years. But that is a movie with some very striking visuals. Like, it was completely, rotoscoped with their animation, so, like, especially, like, whenever, like, the Nazgul are on screen, they're just animated so well. It's so creepy. So we are in the middle of a field. Oh, Frodo looks all around. Can see no sign of the great standing stones where he lost his friends. Oh yeah. Yeah, no stones. Hi Lucia, welcome back. We were at the point where we got saved by Tom Bombadil from the spooky ghosts in the cave. Why is there a moai in my chat room? What is the meaning of this? Before long, they come to the northern gap and ride through. The standing stones. I'll give you an A+ on that one. Very creative. Very good. The Rock is going to sing to you? Is he gonna sing Margaritaville like he did with the old Stone Cold? Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Tom says that the dike had once been the boundary of a kingdom, but a very long time ago. He seems to remember something sad about it, but doesn't say much. Don't even. You called me what? I see something. We're back on the road. Standing in the twilight, they feel a sense of loneliness and loss, and long for the Shire. Tom tells them to make for the prancing pony. They bid farewell to him and set off eastward towards Bree in the twilight. I'm going this way. Tom Bombadil suggested that Frodo use GIMP instead of Photoshop. Well, I mean, it is free and not, a predatory subscription service now. Did you know that, they actually charge you a fee if you wanna unsubscribe? It's crazy. I actually use, a modified version of GIMP to make all my thumbnails. I have to eat a few of them to put them here, and I can do them. I use a modified version of GIMP, and it's a photo GIMP, and it's visually, like, pretty much the same as Photoshop. It made things very easy to, Thanks for your political message of the day. I love getting political on live stream. You know, the other day, I'm not gonna get into the obvious politics of it, but, the other day when that thing happened, you know that thing? Um, I saw it, like, I was watching just somebody's random live stream. They were just having fun, playing a video game, whatever. And, like, just a random person in chat was like, how are you streaming this right now? How are you not talking about what happened? Like, not everyone wants to talk about that. Like, it's not become a running gag. No, don't worry about it. I was just saying, like, something that I saw in someone else's chat where they were like, how are you not talking about this? How are you not upset? Like, I'm sure they were upset, but they don't want to talk about it while playing their silly little video game. Oh, I think we're coming up on Bree. I see some buildings. Yeah. Lisa going home. Where's Ganga? Did he fall asleep? Normally, Gonga's typing up a storm. Hey, politics and games, give me games. What if you had the choice between unlimited politics and no games? Or whatever. Whatever the meme is. Gonga had to do something, I believe. What did he have to do that's more important than this? Jay Schlattingen? Before them rises Bree Hill, barring the way. Wait. A dark mass against misty stars, and under its western flanks nestled a large village. Toward it, they now hurry, desiring only to find fire and a door between them and the night. Jay Schlatt's my favorite trans YouTuber. Have you ever seen those like pictures of like people tricking like transphobes into hating Jay Schlatt? They're like, this is my trans brother. He just transitioned or whatever. Say something nice to him, and it's just a picture of Jay Schlatt. Like, it really just shows how silly that whole thing is. Like, the we can always tell crowd is not that observant. And Sarah has pictures of the Jay Schlatt look-alike. It's been known for months. Oh, I've seen that! I've seen pictures of it. We're at Mordor already? I don't think Mordor's in the game yet. But we are right outside of Bree. And we are going into Bree. Ooh, look at this hay. Hey now. Yummy. September 3018, Nightfall. It is a clear night when the hobbits reach the west gate of Bree. The gatekeeper is suspicious but lets them in. Is there a way to change, like, the time? It's right here. X to zoom? Interesting. Time and weather. Change weather type, quiet weather rain, quiet weather clear. Change time, click G. G. Oh, so now time's changing. How do I make it night? Wait. Ooh, well. Oh, it's so dark though. Can you even see this? It looks really dark. It looks very dark on my screen. Not like gameplay screen, but what if it's sunset? Yeah, for the sake of sanity, I'm gonna set it to sunset instead of midnight. It looked super dark on the OBS capture. Wow, look at the detail. Birds. Um, I don't know. I kinda like it having daytime so I can actually see the details in the buildings and stuff. How does this look without shaders on? Let me turn around. Oh. It looks very flat now. The prancing pony. Ooh. Upon entering the common room, the hobbits are quickly introduced to the Briefolk. A hooded man in one corner invites Frodo to talk, introducing himself as Strider. When Pippin begins talking about Bilbo's farewell party, Frodo climbs on the table and begins singing to distract Pippin's audience. Falling from the table, the ring slips onto Frodo's finger, making him vanish. Can I just burn myself alive right here? They're like, whoa, it's Frodo, it's Pippin, it's Merry, it's Sam, it's Bulma. Crawling invisible under the tables towards Strider, Frodo removes the ring. Both Strider and Butterbur request a private talk with Frodo. Frodo, Pippin, and Sam make their way back to the parlor. Strider follows. Give you the ring? No. The hearts of men are easily corrupted, so no. The hooded man introduces himself as Strider. Yes, you would. You know you would. He proves himself to be a friend of Gandalf's and pledges to help Frodo and Rivendell, or to Rivendell. Their new course will take them across country. Gonger, you gotta understand that even Gandalf refused the ring because he knew that power corrupts. 30th September. The next morning, the company finds their room ransacked, dummies torn apart, and their ponies missing. I kind of glossed over the fact that they made dummies of themselves. Who's to say I'm not more wise than Gandalf? Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. Bird. Let's take a look around Bree. Yeah, I like the little birds. Little animals. This is a nice little town. Yum. Many of the Briefolk, as well as those from Staddle, Combe, and David Arquette, crowd the road to see the travelers depart. Hobbits take notice of the many people peeping out of the doors and over walls and fences, including Wilson from Home Improvement. Those worms? This is where that scene happened in the book, where Sam ate a mouthful of worms. I can't kill the chicken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the chicken haters in chat. I wasn't able to live up to your expectations. As they draw close to the south gate, Frodo sees a dark, ill-kept house. Bill Finney is standing outside smoking a pipe and insults them as they pass. Sam throws his half-eaten apple at the man, hitting him square on the nose. What do you think Bill Fernie, not Finney, what do you think he was yelling at the hobbits? Was he calling them slurs? Was he calling them the R word? Let me out. Let me out. I'm trapped. No one's calling slurs on my watch? Gonga, you call me slurs every day in chat. No one sees them on the VODs or anything because they get caught by the auto mod. Do, do, do. You stop tagging Twitch CEO. You gotta bring the evil to me. Guess we're just walking the trail. So now, I guess we're on the way to, like, Weathertop? I can't remember what happens between meeting Strider and getting to Weathertop. To their left, they see some of the houses and hobbit holes of Staddle on the gentler southeastern slopes of the hill. And they see a cow. Hi, cows. Oh, some potatoes. Can I get a potato? Potato. Potato. Everyone eat your designated stream potato. I know that, in the,
Yes.
in our daily pre-stream meeting, we all agreed to have a designated stream potato. This is now the time to eat it. Go ahead. Strider decides to take them off the main road and into cover. Yummy, yummy tater in my tummy. Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. What a quaint little place. You ate soup? But you will eat a potato chip. Alright, good, good. As long as it's potato. If it's boiled or mashed, that's even better. If it's in a stew, that still counts. But really the designation was, like, potato. Yeah, mashed potato. Do you have one of those big cartons of, like, shredded potato? Like, pre-made mashed potatoes where you just had water? One day, like, just out of curiosity, I had like a spoonful of, the, like, mashed potato flakes. It was, like, so buttery. 30 September to the 1st October 3018. The Hobbits and Strider camp in the Chetwood. You like all potato? If you like all potato, then you like no potato. If we're all potato, then none of us are potato. What would you think about that? Why don't you dwell on that? Let it marinate for like 20 minutes. Get back at me. Let me know how that makes you feel. Yummy, 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 I got potato in my tummy. There's too many syllables. Why are you taking the Lord's name in vain? Where is... Oh, Sparkles. Sparkly. I really wonder how far the story actually goes before they run out of content. Camperini. 1st to 2nd October 2018. The Hobbits and Strider make their second camp in the Chetwood. Is anyone here named Chet? What's that like? Follow-up question, do you want to change it? They emerge from the Chetwood and behold the wide and dreary expanse of the Midgewater Marshes. Gonga's real name is Chet. Poor fella. Dee dee dee. Chet potato? No, Chet. C-H-E-T. I've never met anyone actually named Chet. I'm starting to believe that, Chet is like a fake name. Chet Hanks? No thanks. Got him. Got him after all these years. Finally! Yeah! Got him! Roll credits because I have already won.
Got him, hey.
Got him. Got him. Where's the sparkle? Oh! The Hobbits and Strider camp in the marshes. They spend a damp, uncomfortable night being bitten by midges and kept awake by loud crickets. Can you say midges anymore? Oh wait, that's midgets. Wait, can you say midgets anymore? Midget. Why'd you space it out? Did you get censored? Is that Weathertop over there? What's the zoom? Oh. Ew. That looks like Weathertop to me. I hope you're enjoying the journey. It's been very calm. I know there's a lot of walking, but I really like reading all the little pieces of lore. Like, I know this isn't as exciting as murdering things in Daggerfall. The Hobbits and Strider make their second camp in the Midgewater Marshes. Frodo and Strider see a faraway light in the sky, which seems to come from the eastern hills. Could it be over there? Dying and going to game over, secret ending was better. You know, weirdly enough, my Daggerfall playthrough is getting a lot of traffic. I've actually gotten a number of subscribers off of my recent Daggerfall parts. So people seem to really enjoy just the Daggerfall. Yeah, they're the Daggerfall videos are performing better than some other things. Am I a Daggerfall streamer now? I know my Spider-Man videos are still doing really well too. I still want to play Spider-Man 2 movie game. And then after that, Spider-Man 3. I'm kind of dreading Spider-Man 3 because it's not a good game. Um, the Hobbit and Strider camp under some stunted alder trees by a stream. And Spider-Man 2 is really short too. It would probably take like 1 or 2 streams. Spider-Man 3 PS2 version, PSP is better. Yeah, they're all different. I've played both. Um, I don't know which one I prefer more. I mean, Spider-Man 3, like, the games and the movie, like, were not good. um, like, obviously there's, like, a lot of memes behind them, but those movies were kinda poopy. Or that one movie, I mean. Spider-Man 3 is pretty washed. It's washed bad. Gonna be real, I don't pay attention to much internet culture, so the Hobbits and Strider camp at the westward something something. You read it, I'm sure. Watch sounds bad in that context. They find a track and decide to follow it southwards. Strider tells them it was built by men of Arnor long ago to serve the forts along the hills. Watched is an old timer term. You stink. I may have heard it before. I know that, like, the Zoomers or whatever you want to call them, have been, like, digging up old terms for some reason. Can't believe Emily is going east right now. East? How am I going east? Am I going beast mode? Am I going Bree mode? I was in Bree a little bit ago. But yeah, for the most part, on as far as the internet goes, I kind of just stick to myself. I don't go to a lot of communities. I like it that way. Kind of like, staying away from a lot of internet stuff. Like, I remember, Laggy McLagan Pants tagged me in something on like in a message, and I didn't see it for like a whole day because I didn't touch my phone that day. Um, I still have like a very early to mid 2000s mindset when it comes to a lot of things like that. The company reaches Weathertop. Also, I've seen way too many people glued to their telephones, and I never want to be that, so I just kind of ignore it. They leave their ponies and luggage in a dell on the western side of the hill. Then Frodo, Merry, and Strider make their way to the summit. They left it in a Dell, a quad-core Dell PC, Intel inside. Remember when Dell been trying to spend less time on socials? I haven't been on Facebook in many years. Not wanting to get all preachy about that stuff or whatever. But social media does negatively affect the mind in a lot of ways. And ever since I got off most social medias, and just stick to myself, I'm a lot happier for it for many, many reasons. Don't see much toxic stuff on there. I don't even do it because, like, just to stay away from toxicity. I do it to stay away from just the internet. Like, modern internet is just designed to do things to your noggin. So I just kind of stick to myself. At the top, they find burned grass and a cairn of blackened stones. The view is cheerless, wide, featureless lands, with small patches of woodland to the south. The road runs like a ribbon out of the west and out of sight to the east. After some time, Frodo sees figures approaching along the road. Strider knows them. The Black Riders are near. Twitter's an absolute cesspool. We specialize in promoting Twitch channels. Check out our website. Dang, they're attacking me today. Yeah, I used to go on there a little more. They retreat to the Dell. But yeah, like, I have a Twitter account made for the channel. I kind of did it just to claim the username. Like, I know if you do, like, exclamation point socials, like, my social stuff shows up, but I don't use them. The most social media I do is, like, I make a post on YouTube every now and then. But yeah, I kind of keep to myself for the most part. I only talk to a few people. I'll message you if you message me, but, I'm not that great at just kind of messaging people. Favorite band followed me. Yeah, I haven't used Twitter in so long, but, one of the last times I used Twitter, I got blocked by, Jim Cornette. 6th to the 7th, October 2018. The company light a small fire and eat their evening meal. Strider tells them tales and sings the song of Luthien to heat their minds from fear. Later in the night, Sam comes running back from the edge of the dell in a sudden unreasoning terror. Shadows appear on the edge of the firelight, darker than the night behind them. Merry and Pippin fall to the ground in fear. Frodo's hand is drawn irresistibly to the ring. He puts it on. He sees the riders in their true forms. Frodo invokes the name of Elbereth and strikes at them in the same moment. At the same moment, he is stabbed. Strider fights the riders off, wielding a burning brand from the fire. In the morning, the wounded Frodo is placed on the pony, and they leave as soon as the sun has risen. That is a lot of text. I agree. I agree with the Tradio polls. Twitter is a cult. But yeah, I'm not saying to do things the way I do. The way I do things is a little extreme. But it works for me. I don't let the internet, shape my opinions or how I feel about things. Emily is a Linux user. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't want to install spyware as an operating system. I'm also, you went back to Windows because the retro game started to have issues. Strange. I'm sorry to hear that you ended up going back. But, oh, Knights of the Old Republic 2, I played that. I played it on Linux, no problem. There's other ways. Did you try switching, like, Proton versions and stuff like that? As they cross the road, they hear two cries. One calling and one answering. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I've been running Linux for a while now. I've been on Linux for like 4 months. Totally happy with it. Yeah, dual booting is good. A lot of people actually dual boot Windows just for the sake of gaming, but I've never had an issue so far with gaming. I would still be on Windows if I could trust them. There's just too much negative stuff around Windows for me to ever want to go back. Yeah. I will say most of the things that I do on my computer kind of require Linux, and for the longest time I was like, I don't want to switch over, like, because Windows is easier. But then there's like, I have like 4 different servers that I run in the background for various things. Um, I host my own book server. I host a media server, which you can do on Windows. Company makes their first camp in the Lone Lands. Frodo's pain has begun to grow again. And I host like certain servers that are heavily automated that required Linux. Just things that make my life easier in the background. Never did it before. That's the thing about Linux. Like, if you try it once, you're eventually gonna come back to it. Plus, I mean, like, if you really want like a heavily gaming-based operating system under Linux, you could try like Bazite or whatever. I've never used it, but people seem to have a lot of luck with running games right out of the box on that one. What's over here? Nothing. But I am not really one to come to for like Linux guides and stuff. Like, I can just explain my perspective and how things went for me. But yeah, like every computer is a little different. Every computer's got different hardware. Um, like I've seen people who like can't even get a game to launch because like some sort of thing involving their graphics card is wrong. Like their graphics card is too old. Um, like I've seen certain lines of older graphics cards aren't even supported. And even those cards are like not that old. It's an older GPU AMD caused issues. That very well could be the issue. You never know. We're in Middle Earth and I'm talking about computers. I should be talking about merrymaking and making merry with Mary. The company camped for a second night in the Lone Lands. They keep watch in pairs by night, but they hear nothing and see nothing. Remember when Dell, um, I forgot to ask this. Remember when Dell used to be, like cow print, like on all the commercials? I remember watching TV in like the 90s and like early 2000s and seeing like the Dell logo pop up and it was like a cow or something. Am I correct there? Am I crazy? Has the ring corrupted me to the point of like manufacturing false memories? Remember something like that? Wait, it was Gateway. It was Gateway, not Dell. I am crazy. It wasn't Dell at all. And seeing a bit of TV, hit the bed. Gonna hit the sack and go to bed. Thank you for a fun Middle Earth exploration. You're welcome. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. No problem. Thanks for being here. I'm probably gonna go for another like 15 minutes. On this game at least. Let's see where this journey takes me. I think if I do a part 2, I'll probably explore more and warp across the areas. The company camped for a third time in the lowlands. See ya! Thanks for being here. See you on the next one. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna continue the journey another time. radio pools in Alessia. Gonger. Gonger is gone. A lot of tall trees around here. And like I said,
Subber, I will find you and throw you to Matt Rags.
Matt Rags might kill you. And like I said before, like I know that this is very low energy. There's not a whole lot going on other than walking, but that is Lord of the Rings for you. But hopefully, someone. It's like, wow, this is good content to sleep to, or just whatever. This is kind of like a background noise, kind of stream. Just running through the weeds, talking about computers. 10th to 11th October 2018. The company makes their fourth camp in the lowlands. There's no sign of the riders, though they suspect their pursuers are waiting to make an ambush somewhere. I wonder how close to Rivendell we are. Because if we're close to Rivendell, we're close to the Lonely Mountains. And at this point, Frodo's been stabbed. He's dying. So at some point, the rescue will happen. And Frida will be taken away. This is a good time to remind you to like and comment and subscribe. Or don't, whatever. Were you saying about 90s computers and Dell? I was wrong about Dell. It was Gateway. I was talking about those old advertisements of making dinner couldn't hear. I was talking about the old ads for like Gateway, where it was like the cow print like boxes and stuff. Towards the end of the fifth day out from Weathertop, the ground began to slowly rise. Strider turns them northeastward. Yeah, it was like back when computers were like fun. Like when getting a computer was like a big deal. Like I remember seeing those computers where they had like the cow print and I was like, those are so cool. 11/12 October 2018. Companies make their fifth camp in the Lowlands. The computer had its own room. Using it was an event, yeah. Everyone has the most powerful computer on Earth in their pocket, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I miss I miss the old internet where it was like everyone had a website and like I know it sounds kind of silly to say, but it's the truth. Like people don't go to websites anymore. And when they do, it's like the same like few. Like people don't explore the internet anymore because there's nothing to explore anymore. Yeah, it's like overly monetized. and most websites just kind of feel the same. Like, I used to, like forever ago, I used to go on a website called, Stumble Upon, because it would, you would click the button and it would take you to a random website, like just a random interesting website. Everything's Squarespace, yeah. Yeah, I would use that all the time to find new websites. And like, I had like a million bookmarks, and then Stumble Upon died, got bought. It was like, I think it's still around in some form, but it's not nearly as good as it used to be. And that's just the fault of the internet in general, as it is now. Like, there's a stream idea that I've had for a while, where the idea of it is to go on this website that takes you to random websites that don't have any form of HTML5 or like JavaScript or whatever, something like that. It's purely only HTML based websites. And that's where like the old internet lives. There's also another website that I haven't been to that has preserved like thousands of GeoCities pages. Because I used to explore those all the time, like GeoCities pages, Angel Fire pages. No one ever talks about Angel Fire, but it was basically the same thing. Um, and then like after those died, I made like 30 of them when you were a kid. I used to make websites on freewebs.com, which then changed to webs.com, and now it's kind of dead. Like showed me the GeoCities thing. Yeah, it's really neat. It's just like a repository of random old GeoCities pages. And I'm one of those kinds of people that's like people will look at me, I'm like 30, and they'll be like, oh, you're an internet boomer or whatever. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Like I've never cared about that. Like you can have your like 3 apps that you go on daily and then nothing else. Like that's fine. Like that's how the internet is now. But it's just a shame that for the most part creativity's been stifled because there's no platform to express it. And MySpace was one of the last ones that let you do that, where it gave you control of like the HTML of your page. Strider tells them to hide in a thicket while he makes sure the bridge is safe. But that's the point I'm trying to make. It's just websites aren't that creative anymore. They wait for a while in the thicket. Strider returns and tells them that he has seen no sign of the enemy. Instead, he has found a jewel in the mud on the bridge. It is a barrel, an elf stone. He takes it as a sign that the bridge is safe. They move forward. Internet used to be fun and now it's horrific. Yeah, pretty much. It's like the further the internet moves away from what it used to be, the more I miss it. Human beings were not built to know everything happening in the world all at once. Exactly. Like, it's fine to keep up with, like, current events, but, like, oh, yeah, definitely. But the main thing about everyone having an opinion is that, like a lot of times, people's opinions are so shaped by, the internet and, like, communities that they're part of that they don't actually have, like, a real, actual, genuine opinion. They go with, like, what feels safe. And I used to be like that. I used to just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Um, but it's okay to think the way that you think. Your opinions. I don't need anyone to hear. Oh, thank you. My word. Thank you for subscribing. Laggy McLaggin Pants for 5 months. Have I really been streaming for 5 months? My gosh. Um, so, my streaming stuff crashed. Don't know why. I wonder if my RAM got too full or something from this game. It's, like, so RAM intensive. I wonder if, like, running on foot the whole way, like, kind of kept everything in RAM to the point of, like, causing an overflow or something. Just a theory. Only been subbed for 5 months. But you're one of the first. You got the first logo thingy next to your name. But yeah, I had a, recording. You got a purple guy. I was recording the stream, and I think it got corrupted. The video file's like 98 gigabytes, and it won't open. So, I'm probably gonna end up having to download the first part of the VOD, stitch it together. Not a big deal. I just don't like doing it that way. The quality's not as good if I don't just record a local copy. 14th, 15th October 2018. The company make their second camp in the Trollshaws. We are in the Trollshaws. Oh, but, like I was saying before, the man tried to snipe me. Um, I was just basically saying that, like, a lot of people's opinions just aren't genuine on the internet. And it's like a lot of people are too afraid to, express how they actually feel about certain things. Because they think, like, they'll be made fun of, or, like, teased by, like, friends, or anything like that. And, so people just kinda follow whatever is loudest in their group or whatever. But I think I'm going to, it begins to rain. Oh, how do I change it? There's like a command. I can make it rain. slash client weather rain. Uh, slash client weather rain. Ooh. Oh, this rain looks really good. Thanks for the delay, stream elements. Um, but, but yeah, innocent teasing is one thing, but I would never just be like, your opinion is 100% incorrect, and you shouldn't feel that way. I wouldn't do that to people. 15th, 16th October, 2018, the company spent a cold, wet night and cold, wet, and cheerless night, being unable to start a fire. Poor hobbits. The high hills before them forced them northward, out of their course. Their provisions are running low. It keeps raining. Thank you for sticking around, people. Anyone who's still here, and of course anyone who's lurking. Whenever I stop a stream, I get a post-stream report, and I always see that I have more viewers than our chatters. So even the people who are just lurking, wanting something on in the background, whatever, still appreciate you. And feel free to follow if you like it, whatever. Because you are all appreciated. 16th, 17th October, 2018. They camp in a shallow cave under a cliff. Frodo is restless and in pain, listening to the wind and dripping water. Strider sits with his cloak drawn over his shoulders, smoking his pipe and keeping watch. Frodo eventually drifts asleep and dreams of shadowy figures looking over the hedge into Bagin's garden. In the morning, the rain has stopped. Where am I going? Over here. I wonder how much of this was made by hand. This world is so dense and detailed. If they want the general shape of the world to be how it is, I'm sure there's a way to feed it, into, a world generator or whatever. But having it so densely detailed, I think that probably takes a lot of human touch. They find a valley running southeast in like the direction that they wish to take. Plus, I know they have a lot of builders who are. Yeah, there's 3 people currently building. I think I'm gonna go just a little bit longer. Welcome back, Alessia. I'm just gonna go for a little bit. And towards the end of the day, they find their way barred by a ridge of high land. They decide to attempt the climb. It is very difficult. Frodo is obliged to dismount and climb on foot. Poor Frodo. He's been like dying for days. Like, the Lord of the Rings movie really made it seem like Frodo was like suffering for like a few hours. But they've camped like 6 times between when he got stabbed and now. Like, he has been just slowly dying for like a week or whatever. At the top, they're all exhausted. Frodo collapses to the ground. His left arm is lifeless. His side and shoulders are icy. The world around him is dim. Rain just. They camp under the gnarled roots of a pine in the remains of an old quarry. The wind blows cold through the pass. In the morning, the sky is clear. Strider and Merry go to survey the land ahead. Strider surmises that the road is close. But yeah, it truly sucks to be Frodo, especially right now. Um, where to? Where doth we go? Oh, yonder it is. Hope you've been liking this. I'm really interested in just seeing the world and reading all the things. Pippin discovers a faint and overgrown path. Um, where am I going? Over here. I wish that the Lord of the Rings Online had a proper path that you can follow. I understand why they didn't do that, but and still, Lord of the Rings Online is still incredibly accurate to the lore. They find a stone door hanging open in a rock wall. Inside, they discover it's an abandoned troll hole. Ooh, cool. Desperately needs a UI/map update. I wish. Like, I love Lord of the Rings Online, but it does really need an update. Did they ever do their major update that they kept talking about? literally come back? They did that. Pippin comes running back. He is convinced that he has seen trolls on a glade ahead. Hey, look! Strider hits one of them with a stick. It becomes quickly apparent that these trolls have turned to stone, and are the same trolls Bilbo encountered all those years ago. It's the three trolls! I was shocked every time a new expansion came out. Yeah, they're still making expansions. Like, one recently came out again. The three Trollsketeers. They were too dumb to live. Like, they should know not to be there when the sun comes out, and yet they just kept on talking. Losing track of time, which is the only thing that kills you. Dummies. What a good conversation. The conversation was so good. I was just talking about eating these little hobbitses. Next thing I knew, the sun was up. Bugs Bilbo, OMG, we stayed up all night. Wonder how far off Rivendell is. Whatever happened to Icarus? Icarus was killed by his overconfidence. Wasn't his wings like made of wax or something? Yes. I'm so smart. SMRT. Well, we're back on the road. They hear the sounds of hooves behind them, get off the road, into a patch of hazels. Well, that didn't last long. They peer out in the failing light, listening to the horse growing closer. Strider listens intently with a look of joy, a growing joy on his face. A white horse appears with a golden-haired rider. Strider goes running to the road, crying out a greeting in Elvish. The rider is Glorfindel, and he has been searching for them. I love how this just tells the whole story. 1819 October 3018. Glorfindel inspects Frodo's wound and allows him to ride his horse as they go forward into the night. They have need of haste and ride until the first light of dawn appears in the sky. How far? I don't want to accidentally skip anything. But I am gonna go a little quicker. But where does Bulma fit in with this? she is just looking for the Dragon Balls. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where that emote was, because it was just empty. We're marching along. Yep, 1920th, October 2018. The company rests here for the night after a long day's march. I would like to get to Rivendell as a stopping point. But I just don't know how long that'll be. What if it's forever? We're going to see the elves! Oh, hooray! In the late afternoon, we come to a place where the road runs into a cutting between tall trees. Walls of mossy red stone rise around them. There's still an echo behind them, and a rushing noise like the wind. Glorfindel turns and listens, and then springs forward with a loud cry. The enemy is upon us! The horse carrying Frodo leaps forward down the slope. Frodo feels a strange reluctance seize him and checks the horse to a stop. He looks behind him, seeing the Black Riders higher up the road. He knows that they're commanding him to wait. Fear and hatred awaken him. He draws his sword. Glorfindel calls to the horse, and it springs forward into a gallop. Away on the left, 4 other riders appear. 2 ride towards Frodo, 2 gallop madly towards the ford to cut off his escape. All of the 9 pursue him. What an ominous line. I like that they separated that. A breath of deadly cold pierces him like a spear. As with the last effort, like a flash of white fire, the elf horse passes right before the face of the foremost rider. Frodo reaches the ford. At the top of the bank, the horse halts and turns about, neighing fiercely. There are 9 riders at the water's edge below, and Frodo's spirit quails before the threat of their uplifted faces. He feels the command to halt again. He lacks the strength to refuse. He brandishes his sword and defiantly calls upon Elbereth, but the foremost of the riders raises his hands to silence him. Frodo's tongue cleaves to the roof of his mouth, and his sword breaks. In that moment, as he wavers into unconsciousness, a great roaring and rushing sound comes down the valley. The river is risen, and a plumed cavalry of white riders arise from the foam. The great wave sweeps the foremost riders away, and the others draw back. From behind them, he sees a shining figure of light approaching. Glorfindel. The horses leap forward in terror and bear their riders into the rushing flood. Frodo falls to the ground and hears and sees no more. Ugh, so much detail. I sure struggled through that one. The company carry Frodo to the top of the bank. He is not regaining consciousness. They need to get him to Elrond as soon as they can. The little dog on the CD. I'm so glad I found that. I found it on the GeoCities page or whatever. I had to make it transparent and everything on my own. That's why it's not perfect. We've got to be getting close to Rivendell. I see a wall of mountains there. Oh, look. You see that? There's snow up there. It's the Misty Mountains. I said Lonely Mountains earlier. I apologize. Snow puggers. OMG. Poggies? Doggers? Hoggers, Mr. Frodo. Let's see. Where am I going? Oh no. Mr. Frodo. Yeah, we are so close. We're almost there. Oh, where do we go? I lost my little thingy. Boopy. What if Big Benson was in Lord of the Rings? What would the implication be there? My dancing rat that I have. Elrond. Cast the ring into the fire. Isildur. Chat, is this real? Seems sus. I want to, like, dramatically turn to someone and give them, like, a little smirk and just say no. Like Isildur did. Yeet Isildur again. Or instead. Oh, he's cooked. Chat, is he cooked? Is he cooked, Chatthew? I have a shirt someone got me that says Yeet Isildur. Another one that says it in Elvish. It's in Old Elvish. I don't know what it means. And Unk arrives precisely when he means to. What is happening in chat right now? What must I do? What must I do to repair my chat room? Ooh, what's this? Oh my god! Look! We made it! Oh my god, I'm so happy. God, cresting that hill and seeing that is incredible. Frodo was carried into the Valley of Rivendell, home of Elrond Half-Elven. Whilst following the path through Rivendell, we recommend stopping to read the text, rather continuing to walk. This limits you crossing to a later part of the path and missing some of the narrative. God, this is so pretty. Just wanted to enjoy that little moment. I think I'm gonna stop here. We will see the elves in the next part. This is so much fun. This is really, really neat. Oh, thanks for being here and going on this adventure with me. Stay tuned for part 2.